Have you ever wondered why, after years of investing so much in your relationships, you feel emptier than ever? Why, even surrounded by people you love, there's a deep void that seems to grow with each passing day? If you're a woman over 40, you probably know this intimate feeling, the emotional exhaustion that can't be cured with a good night's sleep. It's the burnout of someone who gave so much of herself that she forgot who she really is underneath all these roles she embraced. As renowned psychotherapist Esther Perel once said, the greatest risk we run is not that we won't be loved, but that we don't know ourselves deeply enough to love authentically. Today, I'm going to share with you the most transformative discovery Esther Perel made throughout decades of working with women, the silent mistake that's draining your emotional energy, and how you can finally free yourself from it. For years, we've been fed a romantic narrative that has become our emotional prison. Since childhood, we've internalized 3 devastating truths. First lie: a fulfilled woman is one who perfectly adapts to others' needs. We were taught that our flexibility was our greatest virtue, that being easy to deal with would make us more desirable and loved. Second lie: if you give enough love, you'll receive love in equal measure. This mathematical equation of the heart made us believe that relationships work like a commercial balance. Invest more and you'll get more back. Third lie: a woman who demands too much ends up alone. The fear of abandonment taught us to lower our expectations, to accept emotional crumbs and call it mature love. Esther Perel discovered through her vast clinical experience that these beliefs aren't just limiting, they're the root of modern feminine emotional exhaustion. We're exhausted because we've been programmed to be everything to everyone except ourselves. The result? Women who became experts at loving others, but illiterate in loving themselves. Women who can decipher a partner's emotional needs from a distance, but can't identify their own. This isn't a character flaw. It's the product of socialization that taught us our worth was directly tied to our ability to nurture and serve. But here's the revolution Esther Perel brought to relationship psychology. Authentic love doesn't arise from self-denial, but from authenticity. The woman who truly transforms her relationships isn't the one who molds herself to please, but the one who presents herself whole with her complexities, desires, and well-defined boundaries. The new paradigm is this: your emotional energy is a precious resource, not an infinite well. When you distribute it consciously, it multiplies. When you waste it trying to fill others' voids, it depletes. Think of the image of a mature tree. It doesn't try to cleave the soil by contorting itself. It grows firm with deep roots, and that's why it can offer generous shade. Its firmness is what enables its generosity. Similarly, the emotionally mature woman understands that her calm presence is worth more than her anxiety to please. Her clear boundaries create more intimacy than her infinite availability. Her authenticity attracts deeper connections than her performance of perfection. Esther Perel calls this differentiation, the ability to be fully present in a relationship without losing yourself in it. It's the art of loving deeply without dissolving. Let's make this concrete. How does this wisdom apply to your real life? Scenario 1. The partner who complains about your coldness. When he says you're different or distant because you stopped anticipating all his needs, the answer isn't to return to the old pattern. The answer is, I'm learning to love in a healthier way, both myself and you. This might seem different at first. Scenario 2. Adult children who expect you to solve their problems. Instead of diving headfirst to save them, you can say, I believe in your ability to handle this. How can I support you without taking on your responsibility? Scenario 3. Friends who only show up in crisis moments. Instead of always being available as a free therapist, you establish, I value our friendship and want it to be balanced. Let's schedule time to genuinely connect. Scenario 4. Social pressure to be patient. When someone suggests you should give another chance or be more understanding, you respond, my patience now comes with wisdom. The key is reinterpreting these situations. Taking care of yourself first isn't selfishness. It's a prerequisite for healthy relationships. The cost of continuing the same pattern. If you continue on emotional autopilot, 5 years from now, you'll be even more exhausted. The list of resentments will grow. You'll become that woman who does everything the right way, but lives bitter, wondering why no one reciprocates your care. You'll catch yourself saying phrases like, after everything I did for him, nobody recognizes my effort. I always put everyone before myself. These phrases are symptoms of a life lived for others. Your relationship with your children will become a dance of guilt and emotional manipulation. Your relationship with your partner will become an accounting of who did more for the other. Your friendships will be reduced to mutual venting sessions. And worst of all, you'll look in the mirror and not recognize who you became underneath all these roles you assumed. The power of the woman who reclaims herself. But imagine the woman who makes this transition. She might be alone on Saturday nights, but she doesn't feel lonely because she finally found herself again. When she chooses to be with someone, it's from genuine desire, not need or fear. She attracts whole people because she herself is whole. Her conversations have depth because she no longer needs to perform. She can truly listen because she's not constantly anxious to please. Her children respect her more because she taught them, through example, what it means to value oneself. Her partner, if she chooses to have one, knows that being with her is a privilege, not an acquired right. She developed what Esther Perel calls magnetic presence, that calm that intimidates mediocrity and attracts authenticity. She no longer needs to fight for space in relationships because she herself became the safe space she always sought in others. This transformation doesn't have to be solitary. In fact, it's more powerful when lived in community. Something revolutionary is happening. Women around the world are awakening to this truth. We're freeing ourselves from the scripts that imprisoned us and writing new stories where we are the protagonists of our own lives. Together, we're rediscovering that our sensitivity is a strength, not a weakness. Our boundaries are acts of self-love, not selfishness. Our emotional evolution can inspire an entire generation. If this message resonates with you, don't keep it just to yourself. Share it with other women who need to hear this. Because every time a woman awakens to her own worth, she gives permission for others to do the same. Healing happens in circles. When you share your journey of self-discovery, you offer a mirror for other women to see their own possibilities. When you stop sacrificing yourself, you break a generational pattern. Esther Perel has a phrase that sums it all up. The quality of our relationships determines the quality of our lives. But I would add, the quality of the relationship we have with ourselves determines the quality of all other relationships. So, woman, the question that remains is, are you ready to stop emotionally exhausting yourself in relationships that don't nourish you? Are you ready to discover who you are when you're not trying to be what others need? Your journey of personal reclamation begins now, and it begins exactly where you are. Share this reflection with a woman who needs to hear this today, because together we're rewriting the rules of what it means to love, starting with ourselves. Self-love is not a destination. It's a daily practice of choosing your own company, honoring your own needs, and trusting your own wisdom. A truth every woman deserves to discover.